Hello, folks. All right, today we are going to read chapter 2 through chapter 4, up to chapter 4, I'm sorry. So we'll read 2 through 3. All right, and the reason we're doing this is because it goes on from chapter 2 into chapter 3, basically with all of the 7 letters that were written to the 7 churches. So here we go. Chapter 2. Write this to Ephesus, to the angel of the church, the one with 7 stars in his right fist grip, striding through the golden 7-slide circles, speaks. I see what you've done, your hard work, your refusal to quit. I know you can't stomach evil, that you weed out apostolic pretenders. I know your persistence, your courage in my cause, that you never wear out. But you walked away from your first love. Why? What's going on with you anyway? Do you have any idea how far you've fallen? A Lucifer fall. Turn back. Recover your dear early love. No time to waste, for I'm well on my way to removing your light from the golden circle. You do have this to your credit. You hate the Nicolaitan business. I hate it too. Are your ears awake? Listen. Listen to the wind words, the spirit blowing through the churches. I'm about to call each conqueror to dinner. I'm spreading a banquet of tree of life fruit, a supper plucked from God's orchard. Write this to Smyrna, the angel of the church, the beginning and ending, the first and final one, the once dead and then come alive, speaks. I can see your pain and poverty, constant pain, dire poverty, but I also see your wealth, and I hear the lie in the claims of those who pretend to be good Jews, who in fact belong to Satan's crowd. Fear nothing in the things you are about to suffer, but stay on guard. Fear nothing. The devil is about to throw you in jail for a time of testing. 10 days. It won't last forever. Don't quit, even if it costs you your life. Stay there believing. I have a life crown sized and ready for you. Are your ears awake? Listen. Listen to the wind words, the spirit blowing through the churches. Christ conquerors are safe from devil death. Write this to Pergamum, the angel of the church. The one with the sharp biting sword draws from the sheath of his mouth. Out come the sword words. I see where you live, right under the shadow of Satan's throne, but you continue boldly in my name. You never once denied my name, even when the pressure was worse, when they martyred Antipas, my witness who stayed faithful to me on Satan's turf. But why do you indulge in that Balaam crowd? Don't you remember that Balaam was an enemy agent, seducing Balak and sabotaging Israel's holy pilgrimage by throwing unholy parties? And why do you put up with the Nicolaitans who do the same thing? Enough! Don't give in to them. I'll be with you soon. I'm fed up and about to cut them to pieces with my sword-sharp words. Are your ears awake? Listen. Listen to the wind words, the spirit blowing through the churches. I'll give the sacred manna to every conqueror. I'll also give a clear, smooth stone inscribed with your new name, your secret new name. And write this to Thyatira, to the angel of the church, God's son, eyes pouring fire blaze, standing on feet of furnace-fired bronze, says this: I see everything you're doing for me. Impressive. The love and the faith, the service and persistence. Yes, very impressive. You get better at it every day. But why do you let that Jezebel who calls herself a prophet mislead my dear servants into cross-denying, self-indulging religion? I gave her a chance to change her ways, but she has no intention of giving up a career in the God business. I'm about to lay her low, along with her partners, as they play their sex and religion games. The bastard offspring of their idol whoring I'll kill. Then every church will know that appearances don't impress me. I x-ray every motive and make sure you get what's coming to you. The rest of you Thyatirians, who have nothing to do with this outrage, who scorn this playing around with the devil that gets paraded as profanity, be assured I'll not make life any harder for you than it already is. Hold on to the truth you have until I get there. Here's the reward I have for every conqueror, everyone who keeps at it. Refusing to give up, you'll rule the nations. Your shepherd king rule, as firm as an iron staff, irresistant, fragile as clay pots. This was the gift my father gave me. I pass it along to you, and with it, the morning star. Are your ears awake? Listen. Listen to the wind words, the Spirit blowing through the churches. Chapter 3. Write this to Sardis, the angel of the church, the one holding the 7 spirits of the God in one hand, a firm grip on the 7 stars with the other speaks. I see right through your work. You have a reputation for vigor and zest, but you're dead, stone dead. Up on your feet, take a deep breath. Maybe there's life in you yet, but I wouldn't know by looking at your busy work. Nothing of God's work has been completed. Your condition is desperate. You think the gift that you once had in your hands, the message you heard with your ears, grasp it again and turn back to God. If you pull the covers back over your head and sleep on, oblivious to God, I'll return when you least expect it. Break into your life like a thief in the night. You still have a few fellow followers of Jesus in Sardis who haven't returned, who haven't ruined themselves, wallowing in the muck of the world's ways. They'll walk with me on parade. They've proved their worth. Conquerors will march in the victory parade, their names indelible in the book of life. Their names indelible in the book of life. I'll lead them up and present them by the name of the Father, my Father, and his angels. Are your ears awake? Listen, listen to the wind words, the Spirit blowing through the churches. Write this to Philadelphia, to the angel of the church, the holy, the true, David's key in his hand. Opening doors no one can lock, and locking doors no one can open, speaks. I see what you've done, now see what I've done. I've opened a door before you that no one can slam shut. You don't have much strength, I know that. You used what you had to keep my word. You didn't deny me when times were rough. And watch as I take those who call themselves true believers but are nothing of the kind. Pretenders, whose true membership is in the club of Satan, which as I strip off their pretensions and they're focused to acknowledge it's you that I've loved. Because you kept my word in passionate patience, I'll keep you safe in the time of testing. That will be here soon. And all over the earth, every man, woman, and child put to the test. I am on my way. I'll be there soon. Keep a tight grip on what you have, so no one distracts you and steals your crown. I'll make each conqueror a pillar in the sanctuary of my God, a permanent position of honor. Then I'll write your names on the pillars, the name of my God, the name of God's city, the new Jerusalem coming down out of heaven, and my new name. Are your ears awake? Listen. Listen to the wind words, the Spirit blowing through the churches. Write this to Laodicea, the angel of the church. God's yes, the faithful and accurate witness, the first of God's creation says, I know you inside and out and find little to my liking. You're not cold, you're not hot. Far better to be either cold or hot, You're stale. You are stagnant. You make me want to vomit. You brag, I'm rich. I've got it made. I feed and need nothing from anyone. Oblivious that in fact you are a pitiful, blind beggar, threadbare and homeless. Here's what I want you to do. Buy your gold from me. Gold that's been through the refiner's fire. Then you'll be rich. Buy your clothes from me. Clothes designed in heaven. You've gone around half naked long enough. And buy medicine for your eyes. From me, so you can see, really see. The people I love, I call to account. Prod and correct and guide so that they'll live at their best life. Up on your feet then, about face. Run after God. And look at me. I stand at the door. I knock. If you hear me call and open the door, I'll come right in and sit down to supper with you. Conquerors will sit alongside me at the head table, just as I, having conquered, took the place of honor at the side of my Father. That's my gift to the conquerors. Are your ears awake? Listen. Listen to the wind words, the Spirit moving through the churches. Thus ending chapter 3. Okay. Now, last week when I finished up chapter 1, I sent you guys in the group chat, if you are in the group, I sent you this page to read and this page, okay? All right, so this week, if you want to go ahead and go back over those 2 pages, you're also going to go over this one, and leave up to there, okay? And I have sent that into the group chat as well. All right, so you guys have that. And I'm also going to suggest that you guys read up a little bit by yourself. So that way when we start up on the next chapter, if you guys want to go ahead and read the next chapter alone, it's very short. It's actually just like 2 paragraphs long. It's that 4th chapter. If you guys want to read that, and then when we go into the reading on Monday, we will go over that and you guys can actually ask questions if you have any, and we can actually discuss it as well. I would like to hear some of everybody's thoughts on what we've been reading so far. If everybody would go ahead and either leave a comment or discuss it in the group chat. When we are finished with Revelations, which by the way is 22 chapters long, we're about to take on chapter 4. So we still have a few weeks left. Once we're done with that, we're going to go over Jude, which is only a page long, and it is the chapter directly, or it's the book directly before Revelation. We're also going to go over Enoch, the book of Enoch, which was one of the 13 books that was taken out of the Bible. We're going to go over that, and I'm actually going to give you guys some videos to do homework on, read up, listen up, kind of do your own research, if you will. It's some very interesting stuff you guys will definitely find helpful when we start reading the beginning of the New Testament. There's a lot of references back to Enoch that you guys will want to understand. There's lots of events that happened that we have no idea of because it's not in this wonderful book. So that is the end of today's episode of Revelation Reading. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You know how to find me. Thanks, guys.